Have you ever pondered over the term JSX in the world of React? Fret not, for today we unravel this mystery together. Scene script. Picture this. You're in a bustling kitchen, ingredients scattered all over. Each ingredient represents a separate element of your web application. How much easier would it be if you could combine these elements, these ingredients, into a single, delicious dish? That's precisely the role JSX plays in React. JSX, or JavaScript XML, is a syntax extension for JavaScript. It might look like HTML, but don't be fooled. It's far more powerful. JSX lets you write HTML-like code for your components, which makes the code easier to understand and write. Think of JSX as a translator. It takes your HTML-like code and tells JavaScript what to do with it. It's like writing in your native language and having a translator instantly turn it into JavaScript. But why JSX? Why not just use regular JavaScript? Well, JSX is not just about making your code look pretty, it's about efficiency. With JSX, you can create a tree of components and then render them all at once rather than individually. It's like cooking an entire meal in one go rather than cooking each dish separately. Moreover, JSX makes it easier to display data, especially when dealing with complex data structures. Instead of writing cumbersome JavaScript logic to display data, you can simply insert your data within curly braces, and JSX will take care of the rest. There are a few key points to remember about JSX in React. Firstly, since JSX is closer to JavaScript than to HTML, it uses camel case property naming convention instead of HTML attribute names. For instance, class becomes class name, tab index becomes tab index, and so on. Secondly, because JSX is just syntactic sugar for function calls and object construction, you can use JavaScript expressions right inside it. Just wrap the expression in curly braces and you're good to go. Thirdly, in JSX you must always close all tags. If you have an empty tag, it needs to be closed, similar to the way tags are closed in XML. Lastly, JSX is not mandatory for using React, but it sure makes things a lot easier, and your code much more readable. It's like having a recipe when you're cooking. You could do without it, but it certainly helps. So, in the grand scheme of things, JSX is like the secret sauce in your React recipe. It's what makes your code look clean, makes it easier to write, and helps you efficiently display data. And while it might seem a bit daunting at first, once you get the hang of it, you'll wonder how you ever did without it. Remember, every great chef once had to learn how to cook. So, don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away. Keep practicing, keep experimenting, and before you know it, you'll be whipping up delicious React dishes with JSX in no time. So the next time you're in the thick of coding in React and you come across JSX, remember it's not just there to look pretty, it's there to help you create a more efficient, more readable, and overall better coding dish. And who knows, you might just find that JSX is your secret ingredient to becoming a React master chef.